Garth walked out of the gloomy clinic building, which had been deliberately painted gray. Apparently, this was done to make the patients, who were already in a bad mood, feel even worse. Right now, a sturdy-looking man was weeping at the diagnosis made by the cardiologist. For several months, he had a heartache, but, as you know, representatives of the strong half of mankind do not like to go to the doctor, so Garth tolerated to the last, although his wife very much asked him to go to the doctor. However, only when Garth's chest squeezed so that he could hardly breathe, he still called an ambulance at home. A month lay a man in a hospital bed. A lot of tests were taken. And finally, today he was given a final diagnosis. It was like a verdict with no right of appeal. Serious heart problems had been discovered, and without an expensive operation at any moment, he could now give his soul to God, and a year of life was not promised to him. On his way home, the first thing he did was to visit his native factory, where he worked as a forklift driver. There, in the personnel department, the man wrote a letter of resignation. He reported that he would soon die. Immediately, at the call of the personnel officer, the cry was thrown throughout the plant. Not an hour later, Garth was handed an envelope with the money his coworkers had collected for his medication, and he was released in peace. Now Garth had plenty of time for a walk. He did not hurry home, because there was his waitress wife waiting for him, who could not help him, only shed tears. He went to the bar and spent all the money he had collected at the factory, and when the money ran out, Garth went home. As soon as he entered the apartment, his wife Lily immediately rushed to him from the kitchen. "Where did you disappear to? Why was your phone unavailable?" "I was terribly worried about you," the poor woman exclaimed, kissing and hugging her spouse. "Well, enough of the lamentations. Don't worry, you'll soon be able to easily find me at the hospital. I'll check in there, unless, of course, the ends are given up early," Garth said. The diagnosis was confirmed. Lily's eyes went blurry. Without strength, she knelt down in front of Garth, afraid she would fall unconscious to the floor. She wrapped her arms around his legs. Tears flowed from the poor woman's eyes. She was very worried about her husband, but he only pushed her away and devoured her roast with gusto. But even that didn't please the Excel husband. After filling his stomach, he went to the bedroom, and soon a loud, measured snore was heard from there. Lily wasn't about to be discouraged, however. For a long time before, she had thought of the only way to earn money for her husband's treatment. It was the way that was disgusting and shameful, but Lily saw no other way. So Lily became a night butterfly, earning money for her husband's treatment. In a cramped hotel room, wiping tears in the semi-darkness, a young, beautiful woman waited for the next customer. Until 3 o'clock in the morning, she had been serving trays of food in the restaurant. Now her main night job began. In the name of saving her husband, Lily had become corrupt. Because of her beauty, she was asked more than once to receive customers. After 6.5 months, soon the door creaked open and a tall man in an expensive suit entered the room. She braced herself for the next man, but he pulled away from her. Taking a seat on the edge of the bed, he said in a voice trembling with excitement, "Hello, Lily. I never thought I would meet you in this setting. After all, you used to be so direct, honest, and humble. How could you have come to this life? My friend booked you today, but I recognized you, so I came here. I don't believe you are capable of such a thing." Looking closer, the woman recognized her client as Blake, the boy who carried her briefcase home in 5th grade. He had been her first love, but so much time had passed since then. She'd gotten married, and now she was making money for her spouse's surgery in this sordid way. The door creaked open, and a beaming woman came running out, a weighty package in her hands. "Thank you so much. If it weren't for you, I would probably have thrown myself into a black hole, because there is so little time left. I will definitely come back to all of you," she said goodbye. "That's okay. I loved you more than ever for what you did. I only wish we had met sooner." Only Blake answered her, which embarrassed Lily incredibly. As soon as possible, she went home to be happy for her husband, for he had been saved. Not wanting to wake Garth early, she tiptoed through the hallway and peered lovingly into the bedroom to see the woman. A horrible sight. She wouldn't wish it on her enemy. On their marital bed, her Garth was sleeping peacefully in the arms of two girls. The girls woke up, and then Garth. But instead of trying to justify himself, Garth began to accuse his wife that she herself was to blame for his infidelity, that she did not pay proper attention to her husband, and in general, soon he will go to the next world, so it is worth trying everything while his heart is still working. Enough to love. After which he jumped out of the house, betraying his wife, deciding that he was not worth her little finger. It had only been a month since the barely breathing man had been lying in a hospital bed in the ICU on an IV. Garth realized he was living out his last days. Remorseful for what he had done, he wanted to apologize to his wife before giving his soul to God. But she disappeared and didn't even answer the phone. The man had already said goodbye to life, but soon his attending physician stopped by. "Well, Garth, congratulations. You were born with your shirt on. Just a few more days, and that's it. And that's how you pay. What are you doing, not talking to your own wife? It was Lily who paid for your surgery." But even this did not please him. After filling his stomach, he went to the bedroom, and soon a loud, snoring sound was heard from there. "My friend booked you today, but I recognized you, so I came here. A few more days and you'd have given your soul to God, but your surgery was paid for. Don't you talk to your own wife?" Meanwhile, happiness was slowly returning to the woman's broken heart. For now, it was only on friendly terms with Blake, but things promised to take a completely different turn soon, and the couple was truly worthy of it. Garth groaned with longing and his own stupidity, but it was too late. He had lived his life in a single moment, losing what was most precious to him. Only then did he realize how dear his wife had been to him, but she had not forgiven him for his betrayal, something we have not cherished when we lose by crying.